It was only our second day in fire training school. The first day had been in the classroom. And so this was the first time they actually took us into the station where the fire trucks were. And one of the tests that we had to take on the second day of school was to climb a ladder and then lean back. And I watched 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 people go in front of me. There were about 50 of us in this particular class at the fire academy. And I watched them climb up the ladder. It was 50 foot, and it was a straight vertical, 90 degrees. It was tied off at the top to a catwalk, and there was another instructor up there. But our job was to climb up high enough to be able to touch the top and then lean back as far as we could. They wanted to know if we would go back 45 degrees or if we could go back a little further than that. And I watched people go up and come back down, grown men in tears. Having never climbed a ladder and hooked their knees through and let go with their hands and leaned back 50 feet in the air, they were terrified. It was amazing. And I was trembling as I was looking at this ladder. I've never thought of myself as having a fear of heights. I didn't think I was afraid of heights. And I put on my air pack and I put on my helmet and I stepped on the ladder. And every step that I went up, it seemed a little more frightening and a little more frightening and a little more frightening. And finally I got to the place where I had to hook in my legs and let go of the ladder. And something came over me at that moment that was like fear, but it wasn't fear. And as I let go and I started to lean back, I realized I've done ab workouts like this in football for years. I mean, I was 5 feet off the ground, not 50 feet off the ground, but I've hooked my legs in like this and leaned all the way back several times. And so I leaned back to that 45-degree angle, and they started cheering a little bit, and that drove me forward. And I leaned all the way back until my air pack touched the ladder to a rapturous applause. Yeah, I was afraid. But I overcame the fear in the moment to go beyond what I couldn't have imagined myself doing only seconds before. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. I'm going to tell you right now, no matter where you are in life, it may be fear of the next business venture. It may be fear of the next relationship. It may be fear of the next education goal. It may be fear of just having that conversation with your loved one or your boss that changes the whole dynamics of your job, your future, your life, your opportunities. But that fear may be what's stopping you from your grand success. There may be that one decision that you look at and you can justify it 1,000 ways to say why you're not going to do this, why you're not going to go there, why you're not going to buy that thing, why you're not going to take that chance. And all the justification in the world may seem like perfectly good sense right now. But the truth of the matter is, if you would simply overcome the fear and stop justifying why you're not doing it, could be the catalyst that changes everything in your life. This one opportunity, this one adventure, this one journey may be the opportunity that you need to turn everything in your life around, to open the door, to see beyond the fear, to find the opportunity you're looking for. Or maybe you've poked at it 1,000 different ways in the past. You've tried other relationships instead of this one, other education instead of this one, other training instead of this one, other jobs instead of this one. And all of the risk and all of the fear has simply stopped you, causing you to look at every other way to do it except the one way that you're afraid of. What if that one way changes everything? What if that one way is your opportunity in disguise? What will it take for you to overcome the fear? You're going to have to take the risk. It's going to be risky, and you probably will fail. In fact, probably more than once. But take the risk anyway. You're going to lose friends when you rise up as a leader and become one of the few. Rise up anyway. You're going to be afraid in the moment when you have to make that decision, when you have to take that chance, when you have to sign on the dotted line for that loan, when you have to sign up for that class knowing it's going to be 50 hours of work on top of your 40-hour work week, on top of parenting. Sign up anyway. Face the fear. Stand up. Take the risk. Do that thing that you've been holding back from out of fear. Leaders have got to charge forward with fearlessness. That doesn't mean you're not afraid. It means when you are afraid, you rise up, you charge on, you lead anyway. I'm J Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. Have a blessed day.